To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dueling Disney podcast. I'm Andee Zomerman, one of your hosts.
And I'm Andee, the other one of your hosts.
And we have so much Disney to talk about with you today because we haven't talked to you in like 3 weeks. Because I don't know about you working at Berkeley, but I will tell you that every elementary, middle school, high school teacher has been saying the phrase, "We are April tired in October." It's I can't even get the time to podcast. So is it like that at Berkeley too?
Oh, it's nuts. It's just crazy. And part of it is there's 10 schools in the UC system, 2 of which are on semesters, the rest are on quarters.
Yeah.
We are one of the 2 on semesters.
Yeah.
And so not only are we tired, but we've already been in since August.
Oh yeah.
And so the other campuses just started. And so the other campuses I was on a meeting and they're like, well, we're so tired. I'm like, we're like a month and a half in. So I don't want to hear about it. It's crazy. I just need Thanksgiving break to come so that I can have like 4 days in a row to just like not do anything.
You get a day off on Veterans Day, right?
You get a day off on Veterans Day, which I think I'm going to use to go and move all my stuff out of storage in Merced and move it up to the Bay.
Oh, you're going to get a job somewhere else then or something. Something's going to happen.
Well, it seems highly unlikely I'm not moving back to Merced at this point. We won't talk about why that might be, but it's mostly because now I have stuff in my apartment that's piled up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have so much stuff here that I'm like, oh, I need to make another trip to my storage unit, which is now for our listeners, like a 2-hour drive from here. And I'm like, that seems to not make a lot of sense. So I should just bite the bullet and get a storage locker closer by. And I check prices. It's about the same price. And I'll just get all my stuff.
Fair enough. Well, before we go into our Disney weeks, which we will do, I'm going to welcome Emma, my eldest daughter, is here on the podcast with us today. Hi, Em.
Hi.
Hi, Emma.
Hello.
Is Emma going to do a Disney week too?
Yeah, of course. She won't have, it won't be hard for her. We'll do her last.
Every week is Disney week for her.
Every week.
I know. So do you want to start? Go ahead with your Disney week.
Me?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Me?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Okay. So our listeners and you all know I'm a huge comic book collector. And
as you just mentioned by the storage unit that you're moving up to.
I need a 10 by 10 storage unit just to fit comics.
Lord above.
Well, I've mentioned before the Marvel Comics 1000 D23 edition that I really want and can't afford.
Yeah.
And I was just doing a whole bunch of stuff on some graded comics, which is a whole other thing. If anybody's interested, you can ask me. But I found this series that I didn't know about, and I have no idea what's inside the book, but I love the covers. And it's called Do You Pooh? Oh. And all of the covers are like recreations of like classic comic book covers, but starring Winnie the Pooh. Oh. So there's like Winnie the Pooh, but it's Deadpool, and there's a Winnie the Pooh, but it's funny. Spider-Man, and it's all these like really cool like Winnie the Pooh type covers. And I didn't even know it existed. And now I'm like, I must have them. I must have them all because that's my collector brain. That's the way it works.
That's actually pretty funny. I'd like to see some of those.
I'll find some pictures. We'll put them up on the Instagram, but they're pretty funny.
On the Instagram.
And for all I know, the comic is terrible. All I've seen are the covers, but they look pretty cool.
All right. That's good. I will admit that I for the amount of time that we haven't podcasted, like it has almost been really hard for me to get a Disney week. I mean, there's been Disney stuff happening, but but
you've been traveling and running around and working and all kinds of stuff like that.
Oh my Lord above, which I mean, luckily kids are checking out books and a lot of them are Disney books and a ton of Marvel books. I have just put out so many superhero books and those are going like crazy. But actually this afternoon I mentioned before that we have that Echelon bike and they have like the on-demand classes you can do and stuff like that. And Emma, I think you did this class because I kind of remember as I was doing this class, I got like really frustrated. And I'll tell you why. There's a couple of reasons. So I'm doing my exercise class for 30 minutes with this instructor who's doing Disney, which is great, right? Okay, Disney, love it. I'm totally into it. But 2 things. One, there aren't many Disney songs that I don't like. and she played both of them.
What was it, like the theme from Condor Man or something?
No, worse. What are they, Emma? I bet you can guess.
I don't remember.
Same movie.
Same movie, two songs you.
Oh, it's probably The Little Mermaid because you hate that movie.
My favorite Descendants songs.
No, I can't stand it. Which one is it? It's both. Both are from Descendants.
Ways to Be Wicked, right?
No, that's not the one.
Song. It's the ridiculous one where they.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Songs that have to spell out a word in their lyrics are lame. That's lazy.
No.
Lazy.
That's a weird thing to hold against the song.
It's the only reason I know how to spell ridiculous.
Or I know how to spell Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly. They're helpful.
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just a very strange thing to hold
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. And then the other one from Descendants 2 is the other Disney song I don't like.
Is it not Ways to Be Wicked? That's the other spelling one.
The Uma.
Oh, I love that.
Ursula's daughter.
Yeah,
Uma.
China Anne McClain. It's amazing.
Okay, so those are the two songs I don't like. And then she redeemed herself by playing I Want to Be Like You, right? So, okay, that's fine. You redeemed yourself. But then
we do.
She came on saying, okay, you guys, this is my favorite Disney song. And she started playing it. And I'm like, what is this? Why? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what this is. What is it? And then I looked it up and it was from Madagascar too. I'm like, no.
Oh my God. Okay. I don't want to step on your story, but a couple months ago, I went into the city, San Francisco, to go to like a string quartet do Disney music. And I was super excited. And they were playing all these Disney songs. And then they started saying almost the exact same thing. This is our favorite Disney song. And it's just so much fun. And they start playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I'm like, here's the thing. I love The Wizard of Oz. I love Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That ain't a Disney song. You should know that. Wow. It's a future podcast topic. So the number of Disney, the annoyance of the things that people say are Disney that are not Disney. Basically, any animated movie before the year 2000.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, she had 2 Madagascar songs in there, but just the fact that she premised it with, this is my favorite Disney song. Wow. Yeah. I don't mean, I know you have a problem with like people, fans being like, all elitist and stuff. And
yes, I do.
And getting on people who don't. I mean, you do.
But I'm also pedantic, right? I'm both, right? I don't like gatekeepers. I don't like people who keep people out of joyful things.
Yeah.
But I'm also one of those people, like you've been with me when somebody has gotten something wrong. Our whole friendship is based on me being pedantic and being like, I'm sorry, but your knowledge of this specific thing that I love is not adequate or up to speed on my knowledge. I've just learned over the years that that's a really good way to keep people out of really good things.
I know.
But
and so
it's still in me. I still have that reaction. I just push it deep down, like all of my other emotions.
Well, that one got me a little. Only because I was like, and then I was like, for almost the whole song, right? Almost the whole song. I'm like, what is this from?
And you didn't say anything?
It's the hippo.
No, it's
right?
an on-demand. It's an on-demand thing. There's nobody say anything to. What, Em?
It's the hippo song.
Yeah, it is the hippo song. And then
I've never seen Madagascar,
I think you did that. I think you did that on-demand class before, because then I could remember you.
Very frustrating. It made me very mad.
Yeah, and so that's just that's.
No, my middle name is pedantic, so I get it.
Yeah. It's like, oh God, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so Em. Your Disney week kind of goes into the whole topic of the show. So Emma, what is your Disney week?
You don't know. Maybe she's going to pick something completely different. Just because she's your daughter, don't speak for her.
I don't know. At least this week, I've done a lot of Disney stuff over the past month, but this week, I think the Disney highlight was, it's a long story, but I also work at Wine Country Trattoria in Disney's California Adventure, but I also work at Tenaya Stone Spa at the Grand Californian. But this week I started that job there, and I got to go on a little tour of the Tenaya Stone Spa, which recently just opened September 16th, I think. So it's relatively new, and I didn't get to go on the full tour because there were guests while I was working, but I got to kind of go through the story and how much Disney really put into working with the Tenaya tribe and the descendants of Chief Tenaya, and what they really did to make this spa experience authentic and like commemorating the Native American history that goes along with California and Yosemite and all of that. So it's a really amazing experience to go see and learn that story. And now I get to help portray that story.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely the best spa that Disney has story-wise. So it was really
not for nothing, but I went to Tenaya Junior High School, so.
Well, there you go. So
they should give me a 10% discount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No discounts for anyone right now.
So here's a question. Do they are the stones Mickey Mouse shaped? Because they really should if they're not.
No, but there are
leaving money on the table.
Yeah, well, I don't think the Native American culture would appreciate if we turned all the stones into Mickey Mouse, but I mean, maybe. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's really pretty. There are hidden Mickey's places because it's still Disney, but it's really cool.
Well, Emma, well, first of all, I think that's awesome. Maybe I think you should pay for me to go get a service there.
No, I think that would be nepotism. I think you should pay for a close family friend who's not related to you.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if you can't think of anybody, I'll give you a name out of a hat.
So, the last time we podcasted, I told everybody that yes, you got a job down there, and I moved you down there and everything, but I didn't really go into details. So, talk about your jobs that you have there, and I say jobs plural because one part-time job at Disney does not a salary make in Southern California. So
very true. So my job I have with the Walt Disney Company is as a part-time hostess at Wine Country Trattoria, or Golden Vine Winery, which is in Disney's California Adventure. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, because a lot of people do walk past it, it's right across from Cars Land, and over there they have the main restaurant, which is Wine Country Trattoria, which is kind of on the main level, and then right now they have the Magic Key Terrace, which is above, which only Magic Key holders and their guests can get into. So if you are a Magic Key holder, I would strongly suggest making reservations because it's really cool, very exclusive right now. They have a menu that's exclusive just for key holders. And then you have Sonoma Terrace, which is the beer bar, and then Mendocino wine bar on either side. So it's a really nice place to just like relax, get away. It's a nice table service restaurant. Out of the 3 table service restaurants in California Adventure, I'd say it falls on the moderate lines. Obviously, Carthay Circle is the top tier, and then Lamplight Lounge would be the more affordable option. But yeah, it's that was a long story for that.
No,
but
it was actually no, it was really good actually, and I didn't even know if they could. I knew at one time that terrace was for anybody, and then they made it the annual pass holders. I wasn't sure if they continue that to the Magic Key.
Yeah, that's what it is right now. It might change, but who knows? I mean, right now, all of our hours are very limited too. So usually the restaurants open a lot longer, but right now it's just 12:30 to, well, technically it's like 6:30, depending on the night. But I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for kind of a unique place that not a lot of people know about or not a lot of people go to, would be that restaurant. It's right across from Pacific Wharf too. Yeah, sorry.
And no, that's okay. And we should say for the record that you are here as a family member of our podcast, and you're not speaking representing the Walt Disney Company. I, as a stockholder of the Walt Disney Company, am 100% speaking on behalf. But that sounds kind of awesome, especially the Magic Key part. I'm not yet a Magic Key holder because I'm stubborn, but I plan to be because I want to kind of get it before the 66 days come out so I can get that pen. But my question is, like, I love the sort of exclusive Magic Key kind of area stuff. Do you think like it's getting a lot of use? Because I've been hearing a lot of things from Magic Key folks who are like, we can't get reservations and da-da-da-da. But I'm just curious if the Magic Key part seems to be like doing well.
Yeah, I mean, at least on our end, I mean, I would say like comparatively to working at Walt Disney World and now at Disneyland, like Disneyland definitely has a lot more perks for their annual pass holders or now Magic Key. Our Magic Key Terrace gets a lot of use. Definitely, like reservations are full every day. A little tip if you're going into the parks though, right now everything's on the app, so like if you want to make a reservation you got to make it on the app. We can't do that for you, but you can join the walk-up list now, which is nice, but sometimes the app will say walk-up list is at capacity. However, sometimes even if it says that, you can come up to the hostess stand, the podium, and we can see if we can get you in or like give you other options of where to go. So I would say like Magic Key is definitely, same with Wine Country, all our reservations are very full, but sometimes we are taking walk-ups. So it's definitely being utilized, but just because of COVID and everything, I think we're still getting back in the swing of things and we don't want to overpopulate every area. But, you know, check it out. It's always good to talk to people, even though the app is helpful.
Well, that's right. The Genie Plus app has begun, hasn't it?
In Disney World, it hasn't quite
started. It hasn't begun in Disneyland yet. Okay.
That's why I was confused. I thought that it was going on the 19th, and then we were looking at it for Disneyland app, and it didn't look like it was starting yet.
Not quite. Soon. I don't know when. They haven't told us, but hopefully soon.
So have you been able to tell a difference now? You've been working at Disneyland for about a month, and have you been able to tell the difference between working at Disney World and Disneyland? And, you know, is it the same, or are there?
And have you seen Walt's ghost?
You know, I haven't seen Walt's ghost yet. Maybe I have a couple of friends who are on the Disneyland side of things that work Jungle Cruise, so maybe, you know, he's hanging out there. But yeah, there's definitely a difference, and I think it just comes with the difference of people who live in California versus people that live in Florida. Definitely at Disneyland, you get a lot more locals who work here. I mean, obviously with Disney World too, but like most of the people that work at Disneyland have been born and raised in California. A lot of them have worked for the company for a very, very, very long time. I'd say a lot of the people I've met have definitely been working for the company 5+ years. Most are part-time. As far as I've seen, Disney World, you get a lot more like people from all around the world going to work there. So even at my location at Caribbean Beach, I mean, we were the college program, so we were obviously from everywhere, but even the full-time cast members who had moved to Florida, a lot of them were from New York or Peru or Mexico, just like a lot of different places. So I'd say that's a pretty big difference. Disney World is just a lot bigger too, so there's more opportunities to go pick up places, trade with people. I'm not quite sure. I mean, in Disney World, I worked merchandise, so you all work on the same system, more or less. So I was able to move around to different places. Food and beverage is different because each restaurant is different. So even in Disney World, you couldn't pick up other places than food and beverage, as far as I knew. So like I'm at my location, but there's definitely a lot of, I would say there's more opportunity to let your managers know what you want and they'll help you out over here at Disneyland than there was at Disney World. But that could be determined like based on location, your role, things like that. I think those are the main differences. Both are a really cool experience. Just very much East Coast, West Coast kind of differences.
Hey, let's not start another feud, okay? I already had that thing with Tupac and Biggie, and people don't know how deeply I was involved in that. But yeah. I'm curious because you worked at Walt Disney World, you're working at DCA now. And in my opinion, again, it's been over 10 years since I've been at Walt Disney World, but I feel like the food at Disneyland has gotten like 100 times better over the last 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
How would you compare them?
Disney World, I love Disney World. Disney World will always be my home park, even though I like the West Coast better. But Disneyland's food is just so much better than Disney World's food. It just is. I mean, I don't know if that's just, I mean, like, I haven't gone to all of the restaurants or all the quick services yet, but I'd say snacks alone, Disneyland has much more creative snacks than Disney World does. So that's something I just noticed as a guest, but also something. And I think that goes back to how much Disneyland values their magic key holders. Like the locals are very important to the Disneyland experience, where Disney World is very targeted towards like international people.
Right.
People, like, so you have to be more accommodating to that. So
and have to probably have a more broad range of selections, which kind of. But everybody, I know from as a Disneyland regular, everybody has like their favorite thing that they just love. You know, like when I go, like I love Walt's chili because I'm weird, or you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, or the Dole Whips or things of that sort, where it's just like it wouldn't be a Disneyland trip without a churro kind of thing. But I don't know, I can't remember if that's the same at Walt Disney World. I'll find out in January, I guess.
Yeah, it's just different. It's your castle is small here. Disneyland's castle is tiny. I miss my castle. But overall, good experiences. It's amazing to see how different each one of them is, even though it's the same company. It's definitely, you can tell, you can just tell that Walt had a maybe bigger impact on Disneyland than he did Disney World. And seeing where those come in and what standards are upheld. I mean, all standards are similarly upheld because it's the same company, but
right.
There's a big focus on Walt's history.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, and since you work there, like, and again, this is me as an outsider who's never worked there, but the sense I've gotten, because it was sort of Walt's park, like, and for so many years, I doubt there's anybody there anymore, but for so many years, many of the people worked there knew Walt, that it feels like there's like a certain amount of pride in, like, we can't do something, like there's still a presence of, well, Walt wouldn't like that, or things of that sort that kind of might pervade. Like it's one of the things about Disneyland that, again, I love Disney World, but I didn't find there, like just things like the petrified tree. To me are those things where it's like, yeah, that's such a personal thing. Walt gave his wife a terrible gift and she said, go put it in the park. Like that personal kind of stuff that I really love. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite stuff at Disneyland. It's why when I go to Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln and the petrified tree and stuff like that nobody I go with wants to go see Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. But I just love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like all the traditional rides in Disneyland, I think are a lot better than Disney World, like Pirates and Space Mountain. And, well, I don't know if Space Mountain's traditional, but, things like that, things that Walt definitely had a hand in. I still like Disney World better, but...
But you're young and you'll learn over time.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's our fault. Even though we lived right by Disneyland, but you were too young probably to.
But I also don't love being surrounded by people, and Disney World is space.
Yeah, I mean, there's that piece that's Disney World's just got 49 square miles.
Yeah,
right.
Like you can't replicate that at Disneyland, and especially with the Magic Key holders returning.
Yeah,
like honestly, you all know I love Disneyland. But probably my best day at Disneyland was when I went on the day of the opening of Galaxy's Edge, because nobody was there. And it was just like 10 times more fun because it was a reasonable crowd as opposed to the normal crowd. And I wasn't at the time annual pass holder, but annual pass holders, you may not be able to say this, but I can say this as a former annual pass holders, we can be jerks. Like we can be real, like our expectations are high and it's like, how dare not do this thing that nobody would think to do, and like we can be real jerks. And I feel for cast members having to deal with Southern California annual pass holders who were like, I was here on July 17th, 1955, and on that day, blah blah blah.
Emma's like, I do not speak on behalf of the company.
Again, as a stockholder, I do.
So I've got a stock. It's hanging right here on my wall. It's framed and everything.
All I will say is our Magic Key holders bring a lot of fun and great experiences and connections to our park. So
why are you winking like that?
So because of the crowds, I'm interested in, we've been following people at Disney World during COVID and Ed and I went even to Epcot during COVID and being masked. How is that going at the parks in California? Are people respectful of wearing their masks and things, or what are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, my restaurant's outside. So right now it's it's honor code for cast members and employees, basically saying like, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask outside. If you're unvaccinated, you're supposed to wear a mask outside, and then inside you have to wear one regardless of vaccination status. But I think it's less of a hassle over in California just because of the type of people we see and the population that we see compared to Florida. So I haven't really seen that big of a deal. Even when I'm going to visit the parks, like if we have to go inside for an attraction and they're like, put on your mask, I haven't ever seen anyone be like, no, I'm not going to. So
have you haven't experienced it? I know you have friends that work on the Disneyland side and attractions. Have they said any stories about it or anything?
No, and I mean, most of like Jungle Cruise, for example, I have some friends who work there. Their boat is technically outside, so people don't have to wear masks.
That's true.
I mean, you're always going to get those occasional horror stories, regardless. But I mean, I know at the beginning of COVID, at least in Florida, that people had to keep stopping the rides because people would take down their masks, and there's security cameras inside the rides, so the people in the tower will see you and stop in and be like, put your mask back on, or we're not going to start the ride.
I feel like that's middle school every dang day of the week. Put your mask back on, put your mask back on. Can't go down. So you pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Oh, sorry.
I haven't had to mask police anyone. And I don't think, it's really not been an issue that I've seen. It's really cool how the character interactions are going now too. They're still, you can't really hug them or anything, obviously, but the way they have it set up, at least I haven't seen it in Disneyland, but in DCA, it's set up really cool. And I've seen people take pictures and it looks like you're standing right next to the character. Or like in Avengers Campus, they have like Shang-Chi and I think Spider-Man, they like walk up high on
that's awesome.
Yeah, so they can talk to people. And then like Iron Man, you can take pictures with because obviously he's got his mask. Right. There's still 6 feet between you, but it's not a terrible, like, you still get to see the characters. It's really cool. But they aren't signing any autograph books right now. So the park stopped selling them. Just don't bring them if you're going to go because they won't sign it.
I think that's cool and that's really respectful. And I'm thinking of when I took my nephew when he was like 4 and he just ran towards Mickey Mouse and we were like, we're slower than him. We're sorry. Like, for like trying to wrangle a kid who's just like, I'm going to go.
That was Emma. Emma took off when she was 3. Like we were walking in Hollywood Studios in Florida, and all of a sudden she like just jets across the little area by the hat when the hat was there. And we're like, what the heck? Like we didn't see anything. We don't even know. She just like jetted off. Turns out Snow White was coming from behind, backstage. She saw her. We didn't. And we were just like, what the? And sure enough, she got all the way to Snow White. Snow White walked with her hand in hand to where she had to be.
Yeah.
Well. And look at her now. That was when Snow White injected her with the Disney microchip, and now she works there.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you go there. You had the chance to go to the Oogie Boogie Bash, which I hear was sold out almost immediately as tickets were out. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's definitely, I can't remember the last time I went to a Disneyland Halloween thing.
I can. You were little. You went as you went as.
I did. I went as.
Oh my God, is this whole podcast going to be? I remember when you were 7 and you went, and I miss you so much to move home again.
Annika went as Jasmine. You went.
No, she was Belle. Anyways,
no. You're talking about the Disney World one.
Oh yeah, I was Ariel and she was Jasmine.
There you go. There you go.
What is it still called? Mickey's Not So Scary, or what is it in Disneyland?
No, so I don't even know what it was called. I can't remember what it was called at Disneyland, but I think when we went, that was the first year they even offered it. And it was completely like more lame than Disney World's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yes. So see, that's what I have to compare it to, is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Okay.
So that's
yeah.
Well, and Disney World has so much more space to do the extra stuff, right?
Yeah. And so I did that on my college program, and I had the most fun. It was amazing. Would highly recommend doing that when it comes back. So not only was I comparing it to that, but it's also COVID. So, things are a little different. But anyways, I got to go in. I went by myself, which was a cool experience. So I got there, did all the rides that I wanted to do fairly quickly, because everyone else was getting in the treat trails, which I don't really care about candy and carrying that around with me. So that was not my priority. I got to walk on Web Slingers, which is right now only a virtual queue, except during the party you can do standby. So I was pretty lucky to go do that. It's a very cool ride. I wanted it to be better, but
yeah, I mean, if it was a Batman ride, it probably would be.
No, because Tom Holland does a little intro speech, and that's pretty great.
Does he talk about Batman?
No, why would we?
Batman.
But it's a very cool ride, technologically speaking. I think it's one of the most advanced rides Disney has for that. And if you ride it, I don't want to spoil anything, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So that one was good. I did all the rides. It's really cute because, even when you walk past California Adventure right now, they've got Oogie Boogie on the big sign, and he talks, and it's fun time. What else? All of the characters, they had a lot of fun characters out for the treat trail. So I did go by and see them and walk and see them. They have a lot of fun characters out right now. So Sid is over by Toy Story Mania. He's hilarious. So you can't actually meet them right now and take photos with them. They're on the treat trail. So you walk through, grab your candy, and then they're just acting the whole time. So you get to watch them. He was great. He was just like Sid from Toy Story. It was hilarious. Made me very happy to see him. Agatha from WandaVision was also there over in Avengers Campus. She was very cool. So many people were dressed up like Scarlet Witch this year. So she would make comments on those people who would walk by, which was really fun. Dr. Facilier was there. Maleficent. Oogie Boogie was there, but I didn't go see him because the line was too long. But I'm sure he was cool. And then in Buena Vista, once you walk down Buena Vista and that by Carthay Circle, that little, I don't know what it's called, that park area, they rotate characters out there. So at one point it was Hades, Meg, and then Pain and Panic, and that's who else was there.
That's cool though, because you don't normally see those characters out.
Yeah, a lot. I would say that's probably the best part of it. Even though you can't take pictures, well, you can, just it's not actually waiting in line taking a picture. It's a free for all, so you can just go up and take a picture with them. But it is really cool because you get to see a lot of characters you don't normally see. You get to do a lot of rides that normally have super long wait times pretty quickly. I didn't watch the parade. I know that is controversial for some people, but I like to do other things when everyone is in one spot of the park.
I don't know who taught you that.
I heard it's good. The Headless Horseman starts it off, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, see, that's what happens at Disney World too.
Yeah, except when I went in 2019, it was too scary for some people. So he started off the parade. He just didn't go through the whole thing. I think he goes through the whole thing here. Then they also turned the Redwood Trail into a evil forest, a villain's forest or something. So
I was going to say, how is a forest evil?
Okay, I looked on all the park.
We're going to breathe in carbon dioxide, but we're not going to breathe out oxygen because we're evil.
I looked on all the park blogs. Everyone's like, you have to go do this. I was expecting to see some characters or something. But you just really walk through and it's like they pump out different scents in different areas and play music. And, it's dark and foggy and there's different lights. I don't know. I don't think it's a wise use of time since I waited 45 minutes to basically just walk. And that was at the short end of the line. So that wasn't my favorite. But if you have like younger kids, I think it's a cool opportunity, especially to get away from the hubbub and everything. I would not want to do it again, but
now, how much was it for folks who didn't work there? Because my thing with these is always, do you think that the cost of it is worth the experience?
Not this year, if I'm being honest. If this is your first Halloween party and you're going to Disneyland for the first or second, whatever, I would go just because you can get on the rides faster. Simply because I think that's so worth it, especially right now. If you've been to any other Halloween party, it's not. I think it's like $114 to $140 per person, depending on the night or something. Yeah, so I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it this year. I think it's cool. It's not anything. The cool thing about working at Wine Country Trattoria right now is that we do the dinner package for Oogie Boogie. So I get to work during the events, and I haven't yet, but this week I have a shift, so I'll get to see the parade and stuff, which will be kind of cool. But yeah, it's fun to dress up and go into the parks, and if you have younger kids, I would definitely recommend doing it because it's trick-or-treating in the park. If you're older and you want to dress up, this is kind of the only time you can do it, so it's pretty fun. The characters are cool. You can get on the rides pretty fast. Yeah.
I definitely want to dress up as Superman and walk around Avengers Campus.
Please don't. Happens. I'll come find you and keep you out personally.
You like the Avengers Campus?
Listen. It's not that I don't like it. I think when the next Avengers ride opens, it'll be a lot cooler.
What is the next Avengers ride?
It's like in the building. I don't really know.
Isn't it like a Quinjet ride or something like that?
It's a Quinjet ride, and they have the building all built and stuff. So like it's there. It's just not.
It's not. Well, we thought that about Galaxy's Edge too. I mean, we really like Galaxy's Edge, and we went on Smuggler's Run, and then we're like, okay. But when the next, when Rise of the Resistance opens, then it's really going to be great, which the three of us have still not been on, unless Emma is lying to me. Part of me thinks that Emma is lying to me about not going on.
No, why would I? I don't know what you mean. Oh.
We've been talking about going on it as a family for so long that I think that even if she went on it,
Emma can't get a boarding pass.
All right. That's fair.
But I don't know. It's cool. It's just Disneyland's small. DCA is small, so you don't feel
intimate. Intimate is the word you're searching for.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Fine. Cozy.
I also miss the old DCA. I miss Bugs Life and all that, and California Screamin'. Not that
I miss California Golden Dreams, and nobody else does, but I do.
I like the Incredicoaster. I do.
I do too. It's just I feel like it's not very DCA anymore. It's which Disneyland has to do because you're right. It's intimate, so they have to adapt. They can't expand. They have to adapt. Which is also why I don't think Galaxy's Edge should be in Disneyland, but that's a whole other story. I think it should be in California Adventure, but you got to work with what you have. But so if you're going to Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, you cannot get spiked milk, just so you know.
You cannot get spiked milk?
Cannot. So the only places you can have alcohol is in Oga's Canteen.
Right.
Yeah, but if you're just going to milk stand, you cannot have spiked.
All right. Good to know. Good to know for future.
Right. Reference. So you're telling us to bring a flask. Gotcha.
I am going to get fired. Oh, geez.
Well, any last tips for people who are planning to go to the parks? In fact, I know of, the Brewers who have been on the show before. They're going next weekend. I have many friends from work who are using the Veterans Day weekend and Thanksgiving weekend to go. So any tips that you have for them going over the next month and a half?
Yes, always go talk to the host and hostesses at the podiums for table service. Don't expect anything, but I'm just telling you, sometimes the app and what's actually happening are different because people don't show up, things happen. So don't be mad if they don't have a table for you or if the wait is long. But if you're interested in eating somewhere, I would definitely go check. Don't be discouraged by what the app says. Don't wait for the fireworks at Disneyland right now. You can see them anywhere in the park. Yeah, they do projections. It's a Halloween show right now. It's cute. But
last time I was there, I sat by Small World and watched them, and because of the projections, it was awesome. And I had somewhere to sit, and it was comfortable. I loved it.
Yeah, that's what I would do. What else? I mean, just be kind to your cast members and your fellow guests. Everyone's really excited to be back, but it is also everyone right now. So just be patient. Have a good time. Don't stress about it. Things will get done. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we want to offer something special to our listeners. If you go to Wine Country Trattoria and mention Dueling Disney, nothing will happen for you.
Emma will say, "Hey, that's cool.
That's great.
Nice.
We still don't have a table for you."
Yeah, I have no pull whatsoever, so don't come up to me and expect something because I have no power. I'm just the new kid. But if you are staying on property, book a spa treatment at Tenaya Stone. It's a really cool experience, one like Disney's never done before, so definitely recommend that.
And that's so the spa services, those are only for people staying on property?
Currently, yeah.
Wow, that's good to know.
There are also no Magic Key discounts, DVC discounts, cast member discounts, no discounts on anything, merchandise or spa services right now. I know sometimes they have promotions, so you can look for that, but it's a cool experience either way.
Basically, having a daughter that works at Disney does no good.
Yeah.
Great.
So
that's fantastic.
Information.
I don't even have a daughter. I figured I would get something from having a friend who has a daughter.
Nah.
You're telling me I got to pay for my own hot stones?
Yeah, essentially. But I think it's worth it. The story is really cool. Also, you get to stay at a Disneyland hotel.
If I mention I went to Tenaya Junior High, they'll give me a discount, though, right?
No.
What if I say I went to Yosemite like every year, like growing up, and
like, well, maybe you can get a discount at Yosemite then.
Oh,
but if we go to the spa and say that we are from Dueling Disney, what will they give us?
Absolutely nothing.
Great.
But I'll say hi.
We're having a hard time with these sponsorships. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Maybe someday when I'm the president of something.
And then you'll say, "Yeah, no, that's not good business." So I have to answer to the stockholder. So sorry, Mom.
True.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to happen too. That's going to happen too. All right. Well, I'm glad that you shared all of this information to our listeners. And actually, I thought you shared some stuff I didn't even know about. So that was kind of cool.
That's weird that you're surprised at that. That's weird.
I know. Why am I surprised? I don't even know. I don't have a brain. I have no brain power. Middle school. Are you in middle school right now? No.
I've always thought Emma was smart and capable, despite all the stuff you call me about and tell me.
No.
Fair enough.
You're lying. I'm right.
I'm lying that I don't think Emma is smart and capable. Is that what you're saying?
That you disagree with what I say. I don't know. All right. Well, from our listeners, I would like to know this week if you've been to both parks, because my family has had opinions about this. If you've been to both parks, do you notice a difference in the cast members? I have lots of opinions about this. I have lots of reasons for my opinions and back that up, but I'd love to hear the discussion from you. So let us know if you notice any difference between the cast members on either side of the coast. You can let us know at duelingdisney.com or on Facebook at Dueling Disney or Twitter at dueling_Disney. It's the same with Instagram with that at dueling_Disney. You can leave a hashtag on all your Disney fun at hashtag Dueling Disney. And then don't forget to leave a review wherever you listen.
Please remain seated until the monorail comes to a complete stop. Then collect your belongings, watch your head, and step carefully from the train. On behalf of all of our crew, thanks for traveling with us, and we hope you have a happy and memorable visit here at Dueling Disney. This is the Tomorrowland Podcast Station.